Okay, I really wanted you to all see this beautiful tree in my yard. So, although I teach in closet, we do have a little bit of property here. And I was specifically wanting to show up to help other small business owners and other music teachers when it comes to the topic of policies. So, I started thinking this week about boundaries versus benefits. And I was really thinking how sometimes when we come from a boundary perspective, which can be very healthy, we're thinking of setting parameters, we're thinking of not being taken advantage of, we're trying to solve problems before they arise, or sometimes we start creating policies in a response to something that has bothered us in our business or something that's stressing us out. So I started to think about, as we're creating a tone for our business, that when we're creating policies, we can sometimes flip it a little bit and think it from a lens of benefits. So hear me out here. And this is a more casual style of video, thanks to the inspiration from a friend, fellow YouTuber, Claire Sarah. Anyways, so this is a casual setting, a really relaxed cherry blossom tree above me, and kind of edit free. So when we're thinking of boundaries, our tone can sometimes feel defensive. And I don't know if you've ever felt that you approach someone and you think, I'm really excited to do business with you. And then you're like, whoa, okay, you've got a bit of a chip on your shoulder because there seems to be a lot of rules. And from what I know about music teachers, you guys are some of the kindest, most thoughtful, caring, work outside of hours sort of people. So there is a real generous community of music teachers. So if it's helpful for you, you might start thinking about how a policy benefits yourself, your health, your family, your capacity to teach for far longer and continue to bring benefit to others. You can also think about how it benefits your customer, how it benefits your students themselves, or how a policy benefits their families as a whole. And that tone that you create with a benefit lens actually can build such a positive, supportive tone to your policies and your statements that it really changes how people perceive your policies. So I know that when working with a team, we really were thinking, how can we create a sustainable career for these wonderful people that we work with, that are well-intentioned, that are generous, that are experienced and talented? How can we make sure to keep them teaching if that's what they love to do? And then for our students, we realize that if we don't keep these positive boundaries and create those for our staff and for ourselves, we can't stay in a career that is benefiting so many students, and that they're gaining from our experience, they're benefiting from the passion our teachers have. And if we can keep our teachers not feeling resentful, then that brings such life and enthusiasm to what they bring their students. So that's a big ponder for today. How can you create policies and business structures with a benefit lens instead of always a boundary lens? And again, boundaries are helpful, wonderful, healthy, but you can really start to create a culture around how these will benefit the people that you work with. And I find that that can create a different tone in what you're doing. So I hope that you enjoy this very casual visit out here in the yard. We have a little chicken coop behind me. It's very sweet and red. It has a little tarp to keep the chickens dry. That's a predator-proof run, so if they are in there, they're safe from predators. And there's a little glimpse of the play yard and the deck. Anyways, thanks for hanging out in the sunshine with me, and I hope you enjoyed this thought about how we can speak to policies that benefit our own health, our health of our team, build in sustainable business practices, and how that in turn benefits our families and benefits a culture of sustainability when it comes to music studios and music teachers. So we'll see you next time.